Hi everyone, Ann Butler here. I am without Lisa Rojas today. She is actually on vacation and she has limited internet, but she needs a day off and she needs some time to relax. She's been gone for a week and she's been enjoying her time. So she will be back next week with me. But I just wanted to say I'm with Bella Crafts Publishing. We do a free magazine every single quarter, so like 4 times a year. Hi Lynn, the spring issue just came out. So if you have not gotten it, make sure you go to our website. I'll put links in after the video. Hi Linda. So that you can sign up. You can just click on our website and sign up. Otherwise, you can go to our Facebook page and click learn more, and you can sign up right there too. And then every single issue will be sent to you free. Hi, Angie and Dorothy. Welcome, everyone. So today I am doing a project with Artesprix. They are a fabulous company. If you want to get into sublimation, but you don't want to buy the big printer and all the big stuff that can cost thousands of dollars, you can start off with Artesprix. They have inks, they have paints, they have markers. And today I'm going to show you how easy it is to use the stamps you have and create some fabulous coasters. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, the shine, this one is a gloss. And this one is a matte. So I'm going to show you how to create these. But first, I have got my creative girlfriend, Eileen Hall, here. I'm going to bring her in. So there's Eileen. She is going to talk a little bit about, she has an event coming up in a week and a half.
Yeah. Yes. And you're in
I'm
it,
going to be part of
Ann.
it. So yay.
Yes, you are. We're very excited. It's going to be the team and our special guest, Ann. It's a day of virtual crafting. We did one back in November, and it turned out so much fun that we decided to do another one. Hey, everybody. Hi, Carol, Linda, Charlotte. Wow, this is like doing a live here over in our group.
This is like a lot of Eileen's people here. Yay.
Yeah. So we're doing this event on April 22nd. It's going to be held in a private Facebook group, as we usually do. So each of the classes will be available if you're not able to get there for all of them, or you need to watch again on repeat. All the classes are held in this group. So what's going to happen is on April 22nd, everybody is going to gather in the group, and we will start crafting all day. So we hope that you can join us. You can find the link to register in my Etsy store, and I put it somewhere, and I'll see if I can post it.
Grab it.
Okay. I meant to edit that link, but if you go to it, that will take you there. It's just a long bunch of string of numbers, but that will take you to the group. Yeah, it's $30 to join, and for that you get 9 classes. You get to be entered for prizes, and we just have a really nice time. It's similar to the event that we did, and when we went out to Julie McGuffey's, and if anyone went to that, you get the idea. It's just a lot of camaraderie and creating together. This is going to be a craft along. So the one we did last time was not necessarily a craft along. This one will be. So we're going to have a supply list in the group. Once you get in the group, there will be a supply list for you to get ready. Some people will have little homework for you to do ahead of time, just so that you can get it done in the time that we have allotted in the class. Each class is going to be 20 to 30 minutes. Maybe a couple will be a little longer, a couple will be a little shorter, but overall that is what our goal is. So we hope that you will come and join us. Hi, Lenine, I'm glad you got your package. That was quick. And yeah, it was fun at, you still can't join, Beatrice. All right, we'll have to, it's a little tricky getting people in the group. That's why we want you to register ahead of time, get in there so that we know we have everybody that signed up. So I will take a look at that and try and add you. That's good. Oh, great. Okay, thanks, Ann. Yeah, you got that in
That's
there.
better. Yeah, because the other one had all those numbers, and it's like, yeah,
I
I
know.
don't want it.
Yeah, you don't need that, just the words. That will get you there. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so come
anybody
join
that
us.
wants to sign up. And
Yeah.
how many classes and about how long are they?
Um, each class, there are 9 classes that we have so far. We might add some like little extra things. Who knows? I may even do my how to fold a bag. Uh, that
Very
was one
good.
we did.
I've
I
used
love
that.
it. Isn't it fun?
Yeah, it is. It's so easy.
I I know. I love doing that. I have them all lined up. Anyway, you never know what's gonna come out, and that's the fun thing. And the other thing that we really like is when you do one of the classes, we would love for you to post it in our group so we can see what you made, because everyone's is going to come out different. You're using the supplies that you have at home. So, we don't all have the same things. So we want to see what you have, and maybe that would inspire someone else. So that's what it's all about, really creating with friends and inspiring each other and just having time, taking time for yourself. Also, it is not far from Mother's Day. So you could just say, she used her.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's good to hear, Angie.
Yeah.
I use it all the time. I love it. So, yeah, so come. Well, now we'll have to do it at this event also, if you haven't seen this tip. So, it's just a fun day to take and spend with your friends. And if you don't have time, even if you have an hour and you can do one live, the rest you can watch when you have time, if you want
Yeah.
to watch during the next week. The group is going to be active for a while. So whenever it is that you want to do it, because we have a lot of folks in the UK and we also have folks on the West Coast. I'm Eastern time, so we're doing it 9 to 4 my time. So that'll be 5 hours ahead for some people. So it gets it's hard to get times for everybody. So that way we're able
It is.
to watch when we can. So, hi,
It
Amy.
is hard. And then
I know it's
Pacific time
tricky.
at 6 AM, but you
Yeah,
gotta find the time that works for you and the people doing your
right.
workshops. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're going to be a lot of different kind of projects. Some of them, I looked at the samples. I'm like, how are they going to get that done in half an hour? But they're going to do it. So they may be some of the classes that have a little bit of homework. And if you don't have time to do them, you can watch the class and then do it and then come back and watch again. So it's very flexible, whatever works for everybody. So we would love to
Well,
see
yeah.
you there. Yeah.
So mark that down, April
Yes.
20th, right?
22nd.
22nd.
It's a
22nd.
Saturday.
It's a
22nd.
Saturday, yeah.
Yep. From 9 to 4 or whenever you can come, whenever you want to pop in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be fun.
And
We'll have a little
Lynn is right. The beauty is it's recorded. So,
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
they can go back anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like too, because sometimes when I'm watching and I'm crafting at the same time, and you might miss a step and you're like, wait a minute, how did they do that? What do I do next? So even if you get partway through and then you just say, you know what, I'm just going to watch to kind of get the gist of how it works and then go back and finish, I don't think anybody ever finishes all of the projects right on the spot. I mean, maybe
I
there's
don't
some
I like to
high
watch,
I like to
you
watch
know?
too.
I
Yeah,
like to watch, and then I can think about it
right.
and do it, and then
Yeah,
if I need to, I can watch the replay.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi,
Betsy
Betsy.
Burnett. Yeah, good to see.
Yeah.
Yes, Lenine,
Well,
good.
yeah, we just wanted to make sure you guys knew about it in case you didn't. I know that all of the instructors have been sharing, and right now it's $30, right?
Yeah, yep,
For it.
$30.
So
So
that's a
a
good
full
price for
day.
9 classes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
excellent
crazy.
price. I
Yes,
know.
and yeah, and I'm happy that you're going to get to see the designers who create it. We're going to have some that are videos that are recorded, and then some will be lives. So, but we will have the designers in the chats so they can answer questions, and you know, it's gonna be fun. So I hope you guys.
Are any of them offering kits?
Yes, Pam Bray has a kit, and I'm not sure. I don't think anybody else has one. Mostly they're going to be supplies that you would have, you know, in your closet.
Around.
Paper, glue. Some are based, well, most are based on my dies, because that's,
Of course.
you know, what the event is kind of about. So, but some of them will even be, Lenine, Pam's kits are available in the shop right now. We just talked about it on our live yesterday. So if you want to go back and watch my live from yesterday, you can kind of see what that's about. But the rest are pretty much, and you know, even if they work with one book die, they probably work with another one. So maybe you don't have the exact book that the person is doing, but you have a similar one. You can get the effect with whatever you have. So it's pretty relaxed that way too. Open to your creativity.
And it's nice to be able to, if you don't have the exact same die, to be able to adapt anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of what's fun about the dies, that a lot of the pieces work together, or, you know, work in a similar way. So yeah, you'll figure it out. It's gonna be fun. So just come and hang out with us. What the heck?
Yeah. It'll be a great day.
Yeah.
So I want to thank Eileen for coming and sharing that. And we want to make sure that that's the link. So it's in here, and it's on Facebook, and on my channel, and on YouTube. So make sure you guys check it out. And thank you, Lynn. So I am going to share my project. Eileen is going to just hang out in the background or leave.
I have to go to the post office. I'm sorry. I have to mail something to Ann.
She does.
Your posters are amazing. I'm coming back and watching that.
Well, thank you. It's so easy too.
I know. I gotta try them.
I know. It's pretty amazing. It is fun stuff. Yeah. So I will talk to you later.
Okay.
And
all right. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. So everybody check out the Spring Fling if you haven't already, and we would love to have you. You know, Eileen's dies are amazing. So I am going to show you again what I'm creating today. I'm showing you how to create these fabulous coasters. And that's two versions. This one is a glossy one from Artesprix, and this one is a textured matte. I like them both, but I really love the glossy. You know, I mean, they're both great. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to create them. I'm going to move my camera down. Remember to like, comment, and share with the hashtag BellaCrafts to be entered for the giveaway. I won't be announcing the winner from last time because Lisa does the randomizer and picks all the winners. So we'll announce 2 winners next week. Are you using your little stamps on the coasters? I am using those. So you'll see how those work too. So let me switch my camera, and I want to turn my iron on so that it heats up. But the products I'm using today are these Artesprix ink pads, and they are fabulous. It's amazing that Artesprix has been able to take the sublimation properties and put them in an ink pad form. So for those of you that don't know about sublimation, it is a process where you print something and heat it onto like mugs, coasters, wood, even t-shirts. And what I'm using today are the Artesprix coasters. Like I said, they come in polished and textured. And these are the two versions I did. And I just love how they turned out. I mean, I have done coasters before like this, where I stamped right on the coaster and then I put resin on top of it. But this, all I had to do was iron it on. And I think that's fabulous. It's just one more way and it's easy. And, you know, it's not that expensive. They have markers, paint, and the ink pads. And it's an easy way to get started with sublimation if you want to. And you use just regular copy paper. So you don't even need a special kind of paper to do this. And I have a big printer that prints large paper. So I just grabbed some of my large paper because I wanted to do several variations of this. And I got out stencil brushes. So I'm using stencil brushes with the inks. That way I'm able to rub and do circular motions. These inks are not, they don't blend together like a regular ink, but they're fabulous, as you'll see. So what I have here is I have pink, blue, purple, and yellow, and I think I had green. So I want to make sure I put I did go ahead and used a separate stencil for each, although, well, there is a little bit left on there. But if I can, I like to have separate ones. And I like to start with the lightest color. So that's the yellow. And so what I found out is if I put it directly on the paper, there's a lot of ink on here. So I came off and got rid of some of it. Wait 1 second. Let me show you. You want to mark the size of your coaster, so you're not going everywhere. Although when I did it, I did 4 on one page, but I'm just going to do 1. And you can use a pencil or a pen because this won't transfer. And I'm just doing the 4 corners so I have a guideline. And that guideline is where I'm going to be putting my colors. So I just took and I come off the edge a little bit because I'm using stamps and I might want to come out further. And it's amazing that these colors are duller than when you iron them. So I just take each color, and I have 5 colors, and I just take and put them. See, I don't want that big dark color there, so that's why I take some of it off. And I just randomly put these in here. There's no rhyme or reason. And like I said, they don't really blend because of the way they're made, but I just go over that yellow a little bit so that there's no white showing. And I'm going to do the purple. And this looks like such a total mess when you're doing it. But I've been creating things this way for years. I've done wearable clothing this way with, of course, pigment inks that you can machine wash. But you get a great result once you stamp over it. And you really don't see the beginning or the ending. Isabel, you haven't seen Artesprix products? I'm not sure. Oh, Sarah Clark is here. Sarah, you might know. Hi, Sarah. You might know if Artesprix has these available over in the UK. I am not sure. Hi, Brenda. Thanks for coming. So I take most of the ink off and then just come in with the color. And you can see these colors appear to be pretty muted. I'm going to put a little green there. And it looks like such a mishmash, but really once you stamp on it, it all looks great. Then I'm going to take just a little more yellow and fill this up right inside here. So that's how I created the base. And then I take like an inch wide or a 3/4 inch, I guess, stencil brush. And then because these don't blend, it's not going to create mud, but I'm going to finish out those any lines so that they kind of all go together. There are no harsh lines because I've been going a circular motion, but just going over the entire thing kind of makes it all blend and meld nicely together. It really does look like such a mess, doesn't it? I mean, but in the end, it all looks fabulous. So you just create it like that. And I'm going to put the cover on my inks and move those out of the way. Now, all of this that I did over here, it wouldn't have to go to waste. I can always use this, add a little more ink so there's nothing white in there, but I can use this to test other products. Like if I have a fabric bag I want to test and I want to see what it's going to look like. So you don't need to throw any of that away. I'll get these out of here. And then I'm going to come in with my black ink. And this is all Sublimation ink. And I'm using my stamps from Unity Stamp Company. So I have 2-inch half triangles and squares and 1-inch half triangles and squares. And there's a patent on these. So all of these stamps, they're cut without a lip. So they all butt right next to each other to create seamless patterns. So this is what I'm using. And to create, to start this, okay, so these are 1 inch and this is not 4 inches, but I can go ahead because I went over the edges a little bit and do 4 inches and then determine where I want to put that coaster. But I just take these and then I'll stamp it over here to see if I have good coverage. And I'm going to go about a 1/4 inch off of this corner here because I think that was just about right. And I'm just going to leave that in place. I'm not using an acrylic block. You can definitely use an acrylic block. Like you can put all of your stamps together on an acrylic block and just stamp it once, and then you can turn it to stamp it the other way. But I just wanted to show you how you can do it without an acrylic block. You can use a MISTI, but because these are red rubber and they're nice and thick, you can just grab onto them and then you can just push down. So I would just leave that one in place if I'm going every other and come all the way across. So you just stamp out your design like that, and then to go to the next row, because I'm using only 2 stamps, so I'm using a plaid and a diamond, I can take, because there's no lip, I can put this exactly where I need it to go and remove this one, and it's going to be exactly where it needs to be. Thank you, Sarah, for answering that question. So you can just continue like that and go all the way to fill this entire design. I have one that I already have ready. So here I have the entire thing stamped out, and you can see that I went about 1/4 of an inch off of where I had those lines marked. But if you're going to do one with an initial, I just did 1 row, and then I came up and did a side row, and then I came across and came down. And I went off just about that 1/4 of an inch too, so I'd have enough room for my initial. And when you're doing initials, everything you do, if you're going to do words, you're going to want to do it in reverse. So this is how I created that one. But you're going to want to do the initials in reverse. And I have a stencil with StencilGirl, and it's called Flourish Alphabet. So I'm able to use this either way, and I'm going to use the C for this one. And you just kind of eyeball is what I do. I mean, you could be exact and put lines down, but I just kind of eyeball it to make sure it's in the center. And I'm going to use just a tiny bit of purple tape right here where that H is, so I don't get any of that, because when I did my V, I did get a little bit of the letter above. So then I brought the purple down. I didn't like that. So put this in place again. And because this is a flourish stamp and it has all of these little tiny pieces to create that design, I don't use a stencil brush. I just use a dauber. So I'm going to get the black ink again. And this is just a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to, okay, I'm going to make sure my thing stays heated. And I just bring the ink down exactly where that letter is. And you go in reverse so that when you iron it on, it's facing the right way. And these colors seem a little muted, but as you can tell from the finish coasters, they get really nice and bright when they're ironed. And I just want to make sure I have it everywhere. I'm going to put this away. And there. So the reason why this one is all in black and white, when I created this, I started thinking, okay, when I transfer this, is that black going to show through the color because it would now be on the bottom? So then I did this one and thought, okay, I'll add color on top. But even though the black was put on top and it would then be on the bottom, it came through perfectly. So I didn't have to worry about that. But it was something I thought about when right before I ironed it. I thought, oh no, do I have to do that? But you can do it either way. If you don't want to waste all your ink, you can do it this way first and then come in with your stencil brushes and add your color. So either way will work. And then I want to show you how, like I said, I did like 4 at a time. I don't know if you can see the outlines, but I did a whole grouping here, and that's where I took off the excess ink. But that way I was able to have enough to do an entire set of 4 coasters. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And my heat pad, this is a Cricut heat pad, but Artesprix has their own heat pad, which I have too, which is much thicker, and I didn't want to get anything on the Cricut heat pad either, but this is perfect for doing these. Now, I had to read online to see exactly how long I needed to, what temperature I needed my Cricut on, and whether it was the polished or the texture. It said 400 degrees. For the polished, it said heat it for 60 seconds, and for the texture, it was heat it for 90 seconds. And that's what I did, and they both turned out great. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm putting this on top so I can kind of see how much of the stamped area I have. And then you need heat tape, which Artesprix carries. And you need to tape your design onto what you are sublimating. So I'm going to hold this in place. I think I want to bring it down just a little. It's kind of nice with these stamps because they're just basic squares, and it looks like a quilt pattern. But you don't have to worry about, if it was a little animal, you'd have to have it exactly where it needs to be. But I did find that you could lift this up and you can see exactly where you're going to. So that helps. I'm just going to tape it in 4 places just to make sure it's secure. And you want to do this in a well-ventilated room. So I have my window over there open. I have a studio that has 5 windows, so that makes it easy. And then you're going to want to make a sandwich with some protective paper, because the ink is going to bleed, and you don't want it to bleed on your mat or on anything else. So I just picked this up and put it in this sandwich. And I'm going to turn it this way. Now, I'm going to set my timer on this for 60 seconds. And then I'll move it over. So you need a heat surface that is going to cover whatever it is you're sublimating. Now, I'm going to hold this still. When I did this first one, I can see that there's a couple, you know, it's a little blurry because I was trying to add pressure. And maybe it's because this is so small. I really didn't need to add pressure. I think for some things you might have to. But it just kind of moved just a tiny bit. I think you can maybe see it right there. So I thought this time I'm just going to let it sit there and see what happens. The ink bleeds on the mat. Yes. You don't want the ink on any other project. That's right. It is nice here. Sarah lives in Minnesota too. And it is beautiful here. Now the whole thing lifted up, but that's okay. I'm just going to wait for it to cool. I'm going to set it right over here. I'll go ahead and do the other one for you too, since I have it already. And since I have the, and this is the one that I actually put the line around, so it's easy for me to line up. But when you have your iron on, and if you have more than one thing, you might as well do it at the same time. But this heat tape is great because it keeps everything in place and it doesn't melt. It is fun, Charlotta. These are, I think with Artesprix, it's an easy way to try sublimation before you buy the big printers and all the big heat press. So that's ready. Now you don't want to reuse this because there's ink on it that transfers. So I'm going to cut just another little sandwich, or to create another little sandwich. And this one you do for 90 seconds. So I have that on there. And change the time on here. But once you have this all heated up, if you have more than one thing, just do them all, and so much fun. Okay, that turned just a little bit. Now this is cool already. And like, this is the best part. I love the reveal. No matter what I'm doing, if it's foil, if it's glitter, whatever it is, the best part is the reveal. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It is so pretty. And remember how light those colors looked? I have it right here. So the difference in the colors, they come out and they're so bright and beautiful when you do this. And see how, like I told you, that this just looks like a complete mess. But once you add the stamp design on it, it looks great. And all of that just comes through. So these stamps, they just work so perfect for this. But this one, because I didn't sit and hold this down and press, there is no bleeding. Whereas this one, I pressed it down and I can see right there where maybe I scooched it a little bit. But they're so pretty. And each one is different. Even though these are the same design, the pattern behind it is different. Okay, I'm going to lift that one up. and shut this off. I'm going to let that sit there for a minute. I'm going to switch cameras. I'll show you guys that, but I'm just going to check and see if you had any questions that I can answer while we're waiting for that to cool off. So remember, like, comment, and share to be entered for the giveaway that we'll announce next week. And our last week, we were going to talk all about Creativation by NAMTA, the show that I was at. But I got stuck. It's beautiful out today. It's supposed to be 70 degrees. But last week, there was a snowstorm and an ice storm. So I got stuck and didn't get home in time to do the live. But the week before, Lisa did a Facebook Live. And we will announce that winner and this week's winner next week. Betsy has had success using the same copy, but it's a lighter image. Yeah, I've not tried that because, you know, I don't know. Almost all of the color is off of that. So I don't know if that would work for this, but Sarah says it depends if you use sublimation paint, which Artesprix does have. You can, it will be a bit lighter. Okay, so with the paint, maybe you can with a second and get a second generation. But you know, stamp pads aren't that expensive. And if you can sit and just do like I did, I mean, this, honestly, I mean, I've done this on clothing and it just looks like such a mess. But once you stamp over it, it's beautiful. So yeah, you just give it a try. So clean and crisp, or clear and crisp, right? Okay, so I'm going to, I'll go through and answer any questions you guys may have had. Okay, so here's the one I just did. I'm going to, it's still a little warm. It's still a little warm. But look at that. Is that not beautiful? The edges are warm. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. I love how it turned out. I'm making them for my mom. Her name is Verna. And I did the C for her last name, Christofferson. So I thought I'd do 2 with V and 2 with C and send them to her. It's a great way to personalize a gift. My stamps are the perfect size for these. Yes, they are. Yeah, they work really great. And Sarah answered a question. Yes, those stencil brushes I will have separately, and they will only be for my sublimation inks. The ink binds the fibers in the polyester. Yeah, you have to have a polyester film or something. If you're doing shirts, they need to be almost all polyester for this to work. But yeah, aren't these cool? I just love them. And Artesprix makes it so easy to do this. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know if you can really mess it up, except like where I messed up when I used my stencil and didn't cover the letter on top of the V. So I got that, oops, right there. I got a little line. So I just brought the purple ink down there further. From a distance, you can't see it too bad, but up close, I know it's there. But I think these are just fabulous. And I can't wait to try more stuff with this. I mean, they are so much fun. Do you have to put any protective coating on the coasters to protect the dies? No, the whole thing just totally transfers. It's like, so I have this cup here that I got from Artograph. This would be sublimation. So cups you see in stores, that's what this is. And Artesprix does have cups that you can sublimate. To sublimate cups, you would need a heat source that is a dedicated oven that you can put them in, or a cup press. But yep, nope, they're ready to use. I'd let them cool off. This one's cooled off now. But yeah, aren't they just beautiful and easy? Just so easy. Charlotta, we will share more. A couple weeks ago, Lisa did a keychain. So you can go back and look at that if you missed it. But we will be doing some more projects with the sublimation because it's so much fun. And the Artesprix products are so great. So you will want to check back. We'll always announce it when we're doing it. Hard surface blanks have a coating that have been applied by the manufacturer, right? So there's no prepping or dealing needed. And you can't necessarily go to the dollar store and get a dollar store cup to use. So you need sublimation blanks because they do have that polyester coating on here. So, and I'm not even sure. I think the coasters, Ashley, tell me if I'm wrong, they're like $7.99, I think, for a set of 4. So that isn't even a bad price. But yeah, quick, easy, and so much fun. Think of the possibilities. I mean, there's so many things you can do. And Artesprix has a lot of different kind of blanks. Like they have little fabric bags and wine caddies and mugs. So things, magnets, all sorts of things. So I hope you guys like the project today. Make sure to like, comment, share with the hashtag Bella Crafts to enter for the giveaway for next week. $9.49. She's thinking they might be. But yeah, so thanks for joining, and we will see you next week. We will be back with a couple projects from ThermoWeb at noon and 2 o'clock Central Time. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye.